Hey everyone, Mango7 here, how we doing today? Welcome to another Epic 7 video,
I
and
present to you the greatest magic.
Bellona's voice lines are just fantastic. I love them so much. I haven't liked a character added to the game in a long time. Like, obviously Meg Chloe is insane, perfect design, but Bellona's, everything about her just fits exactly what I love. I might even like her more than Araminta. I cannot believe I just said that, but it is what it is. So we're going to talk about Bellona today. Yes, I got her. Yes, I'm happy I got her. I'm sorry if you didn't get her, but let's talk about where we can use her, what type of gear to use, and overall just how I think she performs, and then we'll give her some sort of rating at the end maybe, and we'll get on with it here, and let's get going. So first things first. So let's take a look at her abilities here first. Bellona has just a really good skill set. Everything just flows perfectly. She doesn't have super long animations either. They're just super elegant and great, which makes farming much faster too. All of her skills just kind of work together. Her first one here stacks focus. When she gets 5 focus, she loses it all and procs her Razorwind Fan. Her Razorwind Fan is basically nearly 100% chance to armor break and 100% chance with the proccing from focus. So insanely consistent armor breaker here. She also has immunity, which is kind of cool, kind of not so cool. I wish that was something else, but I'm okay with it. And just does big AoE. But the important part here too that you might not notice is she does damage proportionate to the enemy's max health. So she does a huge amount of damage from this. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, that scales off for crit rate and crit damage. So that maybe will scale better than attack with crit damage there because it's based off of a percentage. I may be wrong there. As for artifacts, I'm currently using Rosa Hargana. I want her to attack as much as possible, to dual attack as much as possible, and you can proc Razorwind Fan off of your dual attack. So if you dual attack with the fan here, have more than 5 focus, you will proc your Razorwind Fan and do an AoE defense break. It is super nutty. I love it so much. That said, there's a bunch of ways to build her. I personally went speed. When I gear attackers lately, especially ones that have something like an AoE defense break, I like to make them as fast as physically possible, and that's my #1 goal. So I went with speed set here. She doesn't have the best gear right now. She's also only at 50% chance to crit, but I have ML Dom, so that boosts up to about 100% there. I went speed on my boots. Attack works just fine too. I don't know which one I would have preferred, but speed or attack on boots, either one works entirely fine. Your ring really needs to be attack, nothing else. There's nothing else that really fits her. Has to be attack 100% here. And her neck can either be attack, crit damage, or crit rate. Either one of those 3 works no problem whatsoever. This is the one I bought from the shop. We actually had really good rolls, but they did not roll high ranges. So we rolled speed and crit chance 3 times, but they all were basically minimum rolls. So RIP to that. And then after that, we filled up the speed set here. We've got a decent chest there for her, gets her bulk up a little bit. We've got a Unity set here, and Unity is just what I used. It's not necessary, but I do think it really helps her out with her dual attacks. And then a really bad weapon that I need to fix. So when you look at gear, this is very important. I need to make it clear to you guys. Do not push sets. So when I went to gear my Bellona, I looked at my boots, I looked at my attack set, my speed set, my crit set, and just any other pieces of gear that really excelled, and I looked for speed or attack main stat, just really good boots I was looking for, and if one of those sets lined up, I would try to see if the other sets lined up. So after that, I found the speed boots. These were the best ones I had. I looked at my rings and I went to see if I had any good attack rings that fit the set, and I did, so I ended up with 2 pieces of speed there. And then for my neck, I just went for anything I could really do, and I had no good speed neck, so I couldn't do that. So I moved on to the next side here and tried to fill up my speed set on the left side. So I guaranteed putting this one on because I have no better chest. And from that point, I was looking for a 2-piece set if I could. I was looking for crit. I couldn't make crit work, so I ended up using Unity instead. So what I'm trying to get at here is do not force sets. Don't go into Bellona thinking you need speed crit sets. Go in looking for right side stats that work for you and then try to make sets out of them. Ideally, I think she should be either like triple unity or something weird like that, or for more accessible pieces, either attack, crit, even Abyss would work on her because she likes effectiveness. Also, Swift set works, crit set works, triple crit would work too, anything at all offensive. As for stat priority, I do think speed is really important. I do think attack is really important, and I do think crit damage and crit chance are also important. I also think she should have probably at least 40% effectiveness, no more than like 55% effectiveness. Mine lands defense break most of the time, but it could be better. I'm not going to sacrifice my offensive stats for defense break because I think she gets so many chances at doing it, but I would be fine with up to 55% effectiveness. So that is the main way I ended up building her here, and I think just any sort of DPS style build you can build her like, anything is going to work. As for her Mulagora, let's go take a look here. I've put a couple in so far. So we can find her here, Bellona. I have 2 into here. I'm going to put a 3 into the -1 cooldown. I think -1 cooldowns are always super important. I'm also going to put a bunch into this too, just because she uses her first skill so much, especially if you give her a Unity skill and a Rosa Hagarna. She just uses Windbreak Fan so unbelievably much. I'm also going to put a couple points in this just because it's cheap at the start. But if you're not sure how much you want to invest in her, absolutely, -1 cooldown here, and just like at least 2 to 3 points in this one is my advice there. As for where I plan to use this beauty here, the first place I pulled her for was for Banshee. I'm really looking for somebody stable on my Banshee team, and she seems to be working pretty well. It's not perfect yet because obviously she's level 49 right now. She's missing some skill ups, but I'm able to take out Banshee pretty much full auto with her here, and we'll see how she goes. I'm sure this is going to fail because why would it not fail while we're recording? But it shouldn't. It shouldn't fail. And you can just see how much defense break she gets done, especially considering mine is only 24% defense break, or effectiveness. Having higher effectiveness would just really increase the amount of defense breaks we get here. I might use an Archie here just to ensure we get this clear, and then we can take a look at the damage dealt at the end. One thing to notice too is I made my Angelica and Flurry both weaker to make my Bellona better, so I'm still a little sketchy on those teams here. And we can see we just procced a dual attack there, and because we dual attacked, we got our 3rd skill off, which defense braked on a dual attack AoE. That's insane, I think. I am unbelievably impressed with her so far. I don't know where else I'm going to use her. Obviously, she's going to be bonkers for farming. I'm also probably going to try to use her in the raid when I can. And just anywhere where you really just want a defense breaker is going to be fantastic. Somebody who does defense break and does damage. It's also really good to have multiple defense breakers, so having somebody like Flurry in here with Bellona doesn't really hurt too much, and we missed the 50%, which is too bad, and we missed the 50% too. As you can see, I'm kind of gearing towards C-Dom for my team right now, so all of my people are a little low on crit. Oops, that was the wrong one. Such a pity. So we can see how much that chunk, that did 4,500 damage without a crit. And then we promptly procced the, I'm going to use Archie just to be safe. We promptly procced the defense break after. I'm in love with Bellona, and I honestly think she is insane. I think you should probably be pulling for if you like her design. I don't think she's going to be game-breaking like kind of Dien is, but I do think she's just absolutely wonderful. And I think once we get better gear, like better Unity gear maybe, and just buff up that dual attack as much as we can, she's gonna get super nutso.
Can you hold out for more?
So we've got the defense break there. And again, this is Banshee 10, so I'm not even doing Banshee 10 with a 6-star right now. That's a level 49, fully unawakened. She's got like 3 awakens right now on my Bellona. I think she's crit once this whole fight, which is kind of unfortunate. And we missed the defense break too, which kind of sucks too, but we should be super fine.
Quickly! I'm here.
And then we get another chance at defense break, and this is one of the reasons why, and again, we get resisted. One of the reasons why I don't think it's as important to get super max resist or effectiveness, just because you get so many chances at this. I think if she was my only defense breaker, if I didn't have Flurry, I would definitely go for that 55%, but with Flurry backup, I should be fine most of the time. And she gets a combo attack in there that boosts her focus up. We didn't proc the AoE defense break, which kind of sucks, but I guess we'll be okay. There we go, we got some crits. No defense break. Okay, she's really letting us down here, guys. I swear she usually defense breaks like every time. She has such a high chance of doing it. Okay, so the final burn, this has been a really slow run. Usually my runs are much faster than this. I think this is a good showcase of RNG in this game, because in general, my clears are way, way faster than this.
I present to you
The greatest magic! I love it. I love it so much. I've never been like so glowing about pulling a character, I think.
go.
There we go, we get that combo attack. Like, how much did that just chunk the boss for? Like, can you imagine 6-star max with, like, better gear? You gotta remember, she's got 2 right side pieces of gear without fully maxed there. So, that was the run. As for battle results here, we can see the damage done. Like, have you seen my Kisei's gear? So let's go take a look at my Kisei's gear. The fact that Bellona out-damaged Kisei is just kind of scary to me, to be honest. Just to give you an idea of what we've got going here, we'll see my Kisei. My Kisei is 6-star max, 5 Molagoras. She's got this here. She's got plus 15 ring here. She's only got a plus 12 pair of boots, but they have pretty good subs. She's got this here too. And I guess her chest and her helm are pretty trash, but I don't expect somebody to out-damage Kisei. I just don't. Maybe I got unlucky there. Maybe that was just RNG, but definitely didn't expect that. Anyways, should you pull? She's not limited, so I don't think you really need to worry about that. I think I would rate her nearly a 10 out of 10 right now, to be honest. Maybe it's just my my love overflowing, but I just feel like she's going to be 10 out of 10 for Banshee. And when I consider a unit, when I rate them, if somebody is like the best unit in the game for Banshee, but terrible for the other two, I'm still going to rate them 10 out of 10 because they're 10 out of 10 in Banshee at least. So that's the way I look at things here. I think you should pull for her. I also think the artifact is fantastic. Just be wary of your bookmarks because you never know how long it will take to get this. And on average, I think it was something like 400 bookmarks to get a 50% chance to get her. So super keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm done gushing about her. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll leave you with the greatest magic because I love it so much. Bye, everybody.
I present to you the greatest magic.
So good.